order. There are Title VI forms in the back of the room if anyone's interested in completing the anonymous survey. First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the August 6, 2025 meeting. Should all receive those.
Yep.
Were there any additions or corrections?
For me.
To be correct as mailed.
Look for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Second. All those in favor of approving the minutes signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Minutes are approved. Oops, sorry. First agenda item tonight is the BZA petition 2025-2. Christy Bumbala requests a special exception from the provisions of the Decatur County ordinance, zoning ordinance section number, specifically section 925-8, to build a mother-in-law quarters. The property is owned by the petitioner, is located at 2476 South, County Road 60 East in Greensburg in Washington Township. Okay, Christy, you want to take the podium and let us know what you got planned? Okay. Yep. Put her up there. Okay.
Do this. Anyway, we just, like where they live, well, you see there where she's wanting to put it, and it'll be like a 2-car garage, and then it'll be like little living quarters on the other end of it. Yep. Is what she's wanting. So it'll be 20 or 30 by 50 or 30 by 60, somewhere right in that area.
Is there a building there now where that's pointing?
It's a carport. Yeah. It's the one that's movable. It's just the roof over it and the,
Okay.
yeah, it's not actually a building.
But that's probably where it would be.
It'll be right to the side of it. Well, looking at it, let's see.
To the right of the arrow? Yeah. So where the drive comes in?
That's a thing, kids? Yes. Okay, so it'll be right here. No, not that. There's.
Maybe I shouldn't let you.
Yeah.
That part. Right here.
Gotcha.
So this is a cement pad and it'll line up right behind it.
Now the driveways, it looks like that parcel is accessible by a couple of different drives.
Yes, Jim and Nancy Schutte lives on this side.
Yeah, so there's this driveway and then there's a driveway down here that comes around that way.
Okay.
Those are all private drives?
Yes. Yeah. So currently, she lives in this house and this driveway is the one she currently uses. But the other one is also accessible to it.
Okay. So is there like the top parcel there that the drive goes off of, is that an easement, or do you all also own that parcel?
This one right here?
Yes, uh-huh.
So this one is, hold on, that my brother actually owns that.
Okay,
So
okay. So it's all family
Yeah.
shared, okay.
This one is a neighbor here,
Okay,
and then this is family all here,
Yep.
and then this parcel here goes back, and that's my brother there.
okay. And then this is Schuette's.
This is Schuette's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will it have its own septic?
Yes, we're having a new one put in. Andy Swearing will be doing that. We've already had the soil test and all that done, and they've come out and done the layout of where it will be and all that. So, matter of fact, we have the permit. We just have to have him do it, but he's waiting on this.
Right,
usually.
yeah, yeah,
We hope the family doesn't.
yeah.
I was gonna ask if we needed stop signs as main driveway.
You know what's funny? There used to be one on
Well, there's one that had,
the Skid Row one.
yeah, Skid Row.
Yeah,
You live on Skid Row.
Yeah, that's what, somebody put a sign up there between us and Shitty's that said Skid Row.
It's funny.
I'll be honest, my only concern is probably the drive situation that should ownership ever change, it looks to be that this parcel is landlocked from the road. So should Kyle ever want to sell that, something that there become an issue. So, I mean, ultimately that's a private matter, but it would be my recommendation that there just be some kind of a recorded easement, and there may already be for this parcel, I don't know. But that would be my only concern, that should that parcel to the north ever get sold or something, that is accessible still,
Okay,
you know?
and I think the one driveway, that's the way it's set up now.
There could be an easement, yes.
Yeah, they have easements, the other people
That's,
have
as
easements
long as
to
there's,
come.
as
Yeah,
long as there's an easement, I think that's great. It just, it seems like as things change ownership down the road, sometimes that becomes a
Right.
sticky point, you
Right,
know? So as
problem.
long as there's an easement, that's really the only thing, when I look at this, that I feel like may
Yeah.
eventually cause some problems. But if
Right.
there's one, that's good.
yeah.
Deed that's attached to the petition has a 40-foot wide
Easement on it,
ingress egress.
perfect.
Thank you. Yep. So 925-8, remind me what the special exception would be for. Is it just,
925-8 says bed and breakfast, small tourist facility, private detached guest house, or special living quarters.
Private
So it
detached
falls under
private
a
detached, okay.
special, private detached guest house.
Okay. Okay. Because we're not actually rezoning parcels. This is just a secondary guest house on the same parcel. Okay.
Right.
So-
Okay. I don't see any neighboring, community property owners for comment. So, any other questions from the board? Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we vote on BZA 2025-4.
Second.
Votes for petition 2025-4, special exception are Paul Stone, yes, Scott Smith, yes, Rick Cohen, yes, and James Emerson, yes.
Lucky mother-in-law.
Congratulations and stay in
Thank you
touch.
very much. Thank you all again.
Thank you. No other items on the agenda for this evening. Look to adjourn. Make the motion.
And one more meeting, so.
You're welcome,
Bet.
you're welcome. Good luck.
Coming in, yep,
You're welcome.
Thank you.
thank you.
Yep.
I'm done.
Yep,
Yeah.
Look at it.
Take care.
Follow us back out, aren't you?
Hey, I got him in here. I'll get him out.
Thanks,
See ya.
You're welcome.
Guys, have a good one.
You too.
See ya. I'll go home.
So what'd you, what's going on? You running beans, everything's okay otherwise?
By now,
this year.
Todd had been.
That's right.
I'll be up there Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday morning early.
Ready? All right, we will call the, says October 7th, it ain't the 7th,
It's the first, isn't it?
October 1st, 2025 meeting to order of the APC to comply with Title VI of the Civil Rights Act 1964. Decatur County requests that participants in this meeting complete a voluntary anonymous survey that is available on the table in the back of the room. First thing on the agenda, APC petition 2025-26, Decatur County Area Plan Revitalization Ordinance, first reading.
So, this started a year ago. The county received ARPA funds for blight to clean up properties in Decatur County. And so there was a committee that was formed, and then they started this project to basically, we've got until the end of next year to spend this ARPA money. The present nuisance ordinances or unsafe building ordinances in Decatur County run through the building commissioner and then to the commissioners, and then if it gets beyond the commissioners, then it goes to court. And to be honest with you, in the past 20 years, nothing's been done. There may have been one case that's been looked at, and really, to be honest, looking back at that situation, nothing was done on that one either. So, the committee earlier this year was looking at other communities that had blight programs, that had successful blight programs, and one of them was Jennings County. So we've talked with Jennings County, we've worked with Jennings County to kind of figure out how they have theirs set up. So what we've asked the commissioners to do, and they've got an ordinance that's separate from the one that's in front of you, where they are assigning the authority to the Area Plan Commission to control the blight and to control the blight program and to take care of this situation. So it'll come through myself and our office. It won't be through the building commissioner, the building inspector, to the commissioners. It will come through our office, and then it would, if we don't get a response from the property owner, then we would give them the chance to come in front of the Area Plan Commission as a show cause hearing. And then if it's decided that they need to clean this up, then we give them, 15, 30 days. And then if nothing happens, then we take it to court. And then at that point, the county, and that's where the ARPA funds come into, it pays to clean the property up, and then in return, the cost of that is then put on back. Initially, the cost is sent to the property owner to pay, and that they don't pay it
Jennings County. What's that lake in Jennings County called? It's Country Squire. So that's where they've put this program into place to clean up the properties at Country Squire Lakes. So this would be the first reading. We would need to have 2 readings because there are fees involved. So at this point, do you want me to read through it? Okay.
I read through it the other day after you'd sent it to me, so.
About how much money is being allotted to us, Doug?
We received $200,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there a goal with that? Like, we anticipate that could address, like, say, the top 50 properties or what's the scope? How do we decide how many properties?
Right now, it's via complaint.
Okay.
So, and some of them are via complaint that has occurred years in the past and nothing's been done. I mean, we've looked at Lake McCoy a lot since I've taken over, and we've looked at Bernie, Clark. I mean, if it's incorporated in the county, then we don't have anything to do with it. So New Point, St. Paul, Westport, Millhausen, they're on their own. Sure. This is only in the county, in the city of Greensburg. So right now, we've got a pretty good stack of complaints that will probably get through a lot of that money.
So do you anticipate you're going to put together a few people to, like, kind of rate them or like come in a pecking order or what?
I mean, we do. We already do that in the office. So Sarah, that's in our office, that's kind of what she's assigned to do. She receives the complaints, and then prior to those procedures, it was just kind of like, here's a complaint, we send out a letter, let's see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, so this gives us a little bit more standard of the procedure on how we want to address this. But I would say what we'll do, once this is all in place, we'll start with the ones that we've received a lot of complaints on. I mean, we're on a first name basis with the surrounding property owners, and it's a problem. And we've got one that's a problem. We couldn't do anything until that's in Clarksburg, and we couldn't do anything until we got this in place. Well, now there's a rat issue at that property, and now the Board of Health is involved and the state's involved. I actually have a meeting on Friday morning where it's going to get cleaned up before this is, because now we have a health issue that we have to address. You know, the plan is for it to be self-sufficient to a certain extent, but what we will do is try to budget it into the future budgets.
I think somebody told me Jennings County, after the first couple of years, has been self-sufficient at this point.
So the people are paying it.
Well, you get enough of them to pay that.
I just assumed that you'd have them on tax bills and you may not receive the money.
Yeah, and
Eventually, that property will sell because they can't pay their tax bill. Yeah, and that's where Jennings County's collecting theirs. Basically, they're selling the properties.
Okay, I didn't, I figured you'd go around and be there and I don't know.
yeah, I mean, there's situations where if it goes, you know, we're kind of looking at different avenues after that point. There's some non-for-profits that are out there that the county really doesn't want it to be the real estate business per se, where, you know, it goes on tax sale and say the county takes it back and then the county tries to sell it. Well, there's like third-party non-for-profits that they'll buy it and then they'll sell it to a contractor or somebody like that to put something on there. But yeah, Jennings County has become self-sufficient, and a lot of you got to look at some of these are dead properties where they're not paying taxes, especially when you talk about Lake McCoy. They're just sitting there, and so the other part of that is getting them back in the tax cycle as well.
And the other thing, and Jennings isn't the only county that does this. It's more popular to go through planning and zoning than the other route. But the other thing is a lot of counties, I know, like in Dearborn, Tuesday's the drive day. So they have somebody that drives around every Tuesday and looks at all the complaints. So if you catch it on the front end, it's not a $30,000 fix. It's, hey, you've got 2 junk cars sitting there and this and that, you know, get it cleaned up. So getting it cleaned
determining the level? Okay.
Yep. Yep. With this particular ordinance, it does give my position a lot of authority. And the commissioners, I mean, they did not have an issue with assigning the authority over to us. I mean, I brought about 7 or 8 properties to the commissioners when I first started, and I mean, it takes some time, and then you've got a whole other agenda that you're trying to go through. So with that being said, you know, with some of these, you know, we'll send them a letter, and if nothing happens, or they want to fight it per se, then they'll have a show cause hearing where they'll come to a meeting like this, and then they'll plead their case.
Probably once the public knows there's action. So when the public knows there's not action, they're not gonna waste their time to speak up. But once they start seeing action, there's probably gonna be
More
more
come,
influx in the
yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
And we've already had some properties, and a lot of them are, you know, old farmhouses that farmers had for years and nobody's lived there, and we've had some complaints and nothing's been done, but we've had enough publicity since I started with this that I know we've had at least 2 of them that we sent them the letter, and within 2 weeks, they've demoed the property.
I see. So walk me through like a typical or a situation, how you would imagine this goes. So someone complains, identifies it, you send a letter that basically says you have a period of time.
Right.
And then where does the money, like where do we start getting into this $200,000?
Yeah, so then they'll be charged a fee, which is $500, which the 200,000 obviously didn't come out of that. So they're sent a letter, and then we don't get a response, and we take them here for a show cause hearing. So they come in, and then we decide, you know what, we've been dealing with this problem for 4 years, and this needs to be cleaned up, and you've got 15 days. If you don't have it cleaned up in 15 days, Missy will then turn around and file a action against them. And then once that's done and the court has approved for us to do that, then that's where the money comes in. We're going to hire a contractor to go in and clean it up.
So we can actually have that,
And then put that back on their tax bill, basically.
charge that back to them.
Right.
But we have to front that.
Exactly. It's basically being used to front that
Sure.
expense to get that cleaned up.
See, yeah.
Yeah.
So then
Is
that,
something case by case, it'll have to come in front of the board
yeah.
each month, is that?
Yeah, when that initial letter has been sent out, if there's nothing that's been done, then they'll come to what I call a show cause hearing.
A letter to come to the hearing.
Yeah, they'll get notified to come here.
And then if they don't show, that's when they
They don't show,
basically,
that's when we can take
action
action.
can be taken.
Right, then you would, you know, with proper notice to them, they fail to show, you assess the situation, make a determination, then we give that amount of time. Then if they don't do it, which all those are giving you a chance, giving you a chance,
Yeah.
giving you a chance, then I just file it in circuit court, or superior, wherever the clerk's placing them. And, we'll serve them notice to come to court. If they don't show up, then I'll get to default them. And if they do show up, then the judge will review, you know, Doug will testify, we'll have photographs, explain everything, I'll have exhibits of all the whole process, and then the judge will rule you have X number of days or months to do A, B, C, and D, and if not, then they'll authorize that the county do the work, assess the tax record, and then that'll move forward, and then if the taxes aren't paid or they move forward with collection on that, that's another stage of it.
And then also part of the 200,000 is there's legal fees
Sure.
for the court, and then there's labor fees within our office that covers those expenses.
Would you imagine a time frame being, Missy, for like, let's say we receive a complaint from the time we would send a letter to potentially a judge clearing us to take action to clean it up? Is that something you imagine a yearish time frame?
No, I think it'd be tighter than that.
Do you? Okay.
I mean, if we get a notice and a letter sent and you give them, say, 30 days, you probably got 45 days there. And then you might have another 45 days if it has to come here, depending upon where in the month it is and
Sure.
making the publication.
Wow.
think it would be more 30.
That's kind of what I was thinking,
Yeah.
60 days.
So
Okay.
3 months, 4 months, and then, if you file it in court, I don't know how fast they're setting here, but I would assume it probably would be set within probably 1 to 2 months. Our goal would be, if we have, in the beginning, when we have multiple, that we would try to set them like back-to-back in court. Just ask the judge's office, hey, give me an
Schedule these,
afternoon,
yeah.
just have 5 of these.
Sure,
And we're
yeah.
just gonna roll them, because I'm gonna have the same witness, and
Right,
the same information,
yeah.
we would just,
Yeah,
that's how courts like to do it, it's efficient.
sure.
So at the next commissioners meeting, they'll officially sign the authority to our office, and then again, and then at the November APC meeting, then that'll be the final reading, and then, so at that point, we'll resend out all those letters. I don't know, what,
We have like a stack of 12 that are.
probably, yeah.
So we have our stack, I have the stack waiting, and we'll just let it fly.
Sounds good.
Do you feel like your office has the manpower to keep up?
I think it does. Yeah, it does. I mean, with Sarah's position is paid through these funds. So once, it's kind of been stagnant because we've been waiting for this, but once we get going, I think she shouldn't be, I mean, we've got the other people in our office helping, but she shouldn't be pressed to be able to get this done.
So then is she the one that's gonna do the Tuesday drive-throughs?
Yep.
and Call it that?
Yep.
And she's a mix of it the entire.
Yeah, and she's
start to
taking,
finish.
yeah, she's taking pictures and she's documenting it, yeah.
And she goes to the court as a witness.
We'll use photos, and if there's, the big problem with some of this is people have the violations off the public roads, out of eyesight, and so that we don't have to get, court orders for access, we're going to try to work with the county. I believe the sheriff's department maybe has some drones. So if I need to, I'll get some drone footage flown, and then I can just use that as exhibits. I'm not, going across the property that way, but I can still get what I need as far as if there's 20 inoperable, unregistered vehicles, all I need is some pictures from a drone and I'm good.
So it's a good program. It seems like there's been a lot of funds pushed towards blight. I saw in the paper there's, through the economic development and through the READY money, I know they're pushing some money towards blight. So it's just been, it's just, nothing's ever been done. And something needs to be done. And I think once we show that we're doing it and we're enforcing it, then some of the others will take care of it themselves. Mm-hmm.
So the funds from the tax levies, are they coming to you or are they getting put into county?
We already have those. We already have those funds. Yeah.
So basically, I guess.
Are you talking about the tax levies? Like if the work has been done
Yes.
and they don't pay the bill and then it's been assessed to the property taxes? Is that what you're saying?
Correct. Yes. Or if it gets sold or.
Does that money just get put into the county coffers, or does it come back to your
It'll get
office?
assigned, once it gets paid, then we'll get credit for that back to basically replenish those funds at the ARPA.
There will be no revenue of any kind, basically potentially just get the
Get paid back.
cost
You
that
get
was
reimbursed back.
assessed to the
Right.
property back.
To make this a self-sustaining program.
But it would have to go to a sheriff's sale before there's any money from that, is that right? A tax sale, have to go to a tax sale?
Unless they pay the tax.
Unless they paid the tax.
Yeah, unless they pay
If they're
it.
gonna do that, they would have paid it
They-
up front.
The only one the only property that's in the, I don't know, past 20 years that's gone through the process, they assigned it to the property taxes and they ended up paying the taxes so they wouldn't lose a house.
Yeah, my big thought is if it goes to tax sale and an investor buys it, but there becomes a bidding war and it's plus 20,000 what's owed, like, let's say.
We just get back whatever we had, whatever our expense was.
Money gets distributed within the county.
If it goes to tax sale and it goes up in price, then if it becomes I'd have to ask the treasurer that if it, because
We
the person,
wouldn't be entitled to it as a.
no, we wouldn't be entitled to it, but I'm not sure exactly, that just goes back to the county coffers.
County, it gets split within there are a certain percentage that goes back into code enforcement, but a majority that goes, like a 20/80 split or something like that.
Yeah, I'd have to ask the treasurer's office to see how that's split out.
And people will also, if they get the lien put on, then if they want to sell their property, that'll have to be cleared to pass clear title, so. I mean, there's multiple ways where if somebody passes away and the property goes through the probate process or any kind of transfer, you're gonna have to clear that title, and this will show up as a lien on it.
We're not talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars here. I mean, I can't imagine that some of this cleanup stuff a lot of them I would think would be a couple $1,000 or something, but I don't know.
Yeah, and we've been talking with the highway department too about ways that they could get involved and to keep, some of those costs down and to be able to get to it more efficiently. But, those are conversations that I'm having with them instead of having to go through the whole bidding process, but we're at the infancy stages on that.
Yeah, I hate to be too pushy or overstepping, but if we haven't addressed any of these for a long time, there's just, by nature, there's gonna be some of them that just need to be addressed.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what a lot of them are. They just need to be addressed. And I feel sorry for the surrounding property owners because they have been beating the drum and I've been trying to tell them, it's coming, it's coming.
Yeah.
Dearborn County had one where there was a gentleman that took tires, because it started to be a charge. And he just got to where he had so many acres of tires and then the mosquito issue and all of that. And it went through this process and they came in and just loads and loads and they took him out and created the playground mulch and everything with it and they assessed the taxes and, but it's to kind of keep it from getting there.
Yeah,
He should have been stopped before he had
acres of it.
thousands of
Yep.
tires there.
Yep.
And the adjoining property owners, it was very bad with all of the, things that would live within the tire, snakes and rats and mosquitoes.
And what towns does this affect? You talked about Bernie, Clarksburg.
So all of them except for Greensburg, Westport, St. Paul, New Point, and Millhausen. Because they're incorporated, so they would have to have their own, whether it's a grass ordinance or blight ordinance or whatever. I know New Point's.
Anything that's unincorporated.
Yeah, so it's anything that's, so Sandusky, Bernie, Milford.
I commend you for not reinventing the wheel here and finding a community that's had success and has something and making it ours. Makes good sense.
Any other questions or comments? So we will have a second reading at our November board meeting. At that point, then it's official. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So we will take no action tonight. So unless somebody's got something else, I guess it's the only thing on the agenda.
You're gonna have to get your place cleaned up, Rick. That's all there is to it.
Do what?
We had a meeting last month. Should we have had minutes?
I've been inundated with other items.
Okay, so we can just do that at another one?
Yeah, we'll do it.
Okay, that's
So-
fine. I just didn't want to.
Anything else? I'll look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed? We are adjourned.